Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Eddie Marcus here again, spokesman and advocate for basic human rights for all people. Got a wonderful message here for you today. It's my campaign daily talk so that you might get to know me. Today I got a wonderful message coming to you live from station WEBM. That's wonderful, Eddie B. Marcus, operating from the top of the sky right to wherever you are. You know, ladies and gentlemen, I grew up believing in God. I grew up believing in Jesus Christ. In fact, Jesus Christ was my idol. I was what you want to call a Christian, as we understand Christians to be. Based upon what I have understood Christianity to really be, I've only seen it experienced during one season in my life. That was the season of Dr. Martin Luther King, when things were changing based upon the principles of love, based upon the principles of God. And they killed Dr. King, and I haven't seen anything like that since. But I am of the mindset that we as a nation of believers, that tens of millions of us believe as Christians. And I'm thinking to myself, the world that we live in, we know is not Christian. And not only do we know it, Donald Trump knows it. The reason that Donald Trump is being successful in all of his evil projections is because Donald Trump has recognized that the people of this country and the people of the world are fake. Putin has proven it. That's why he has dominance. The guy over in North Korea has proven it. That's why he has dominance. And Donald Trump is saying what you already know, but you've been pretending. You've been pretending that you were good, that there was some goodness in you. But Donald Trump looked at you and saw that there was no goodness in you. And so he's doing what he's doing, and he's pulling out the no goodness in you, because he ends up going, look how Congress is going along with him. Look how public opinion is going along with him. And yet you see he lies before you every day. Everything it seems to do seems to take you a step lower, but yet you keep on going with it because he knows that you're fake. Now, what does that mean, that you're fake? It means that if you were truly led by a spirit of God, you would be supporting happiness for everybody. You wouldn't be going that way. You know where that's leading you. You would stand up for what's right. You would give a voice for what's right. But you cannot give a true voice for what's right when you half-stepping. You can't say, well, let's cover this population. Let's just cover this population, so we're going to stretch ourselves a little bit beyond this to get this. And yet you're still leaving something out. That means you're fake. That's why Donald Trump can do what he wants to do, because he knows that you're fake and can expose you for where you're being fake at. And most of the time, rather than being exposed, you just go along with it because you've been pretending all along. I want you to know that the God Almighty forgives you for all the pretending that you've been doing because you did not know any better. But as a Christian, you gotta stand up for love. If you can't stand up for love, you're a very weak Christian, and you're really not doing yourself any good. But I also want to appeal to the criminals out there. You who are at the lower levels, who are sending your kids into the mall areas, selling dime bags and dubs of weed, or whatever else they might be doing out there. For those of you who find it necessary to stand on street corners, hoping that a car stops by so you can make you a couple extra bucks. Now look, I don't care what is being said about you on the negative tip. I do not believe that given choice that you would be satisfied with, that you continue doing what you're doing. I don't believe that you sell weed because you love committing crime. I don't believe that you rob stores and rob people because you love committing crime. I believe that you find yourself in a situation that says this has got to be done to satisfy the situation that you're in. And there is no recourse as far as you can see, because the recourses that might be available for you are too complicated to be dealt with. That's just the system in which we live, and so you find this as an outlet. But I do believe if you had not these challenges, but they were dealt with, they were dealt with by a society that cared about you, that society that was not ready to just half step, but was ready to go all the way, then you would have no reason to commit any kind of crime, because everybody's satisfied. Now I'm talking to you about some stuff, ladies and gentlemen, that Christian people should already understand. And criminal people, you know what I'm talking about is true. But I'm saying if you got to do that, why spend your time doing that? Why not change your mind and make this a thing, eradicate all of the problems itself by standing up for what is proper, standing up for what's right. We know you're willing to do the time, so let's give a little time to what's doing building. And for those of you who are in the military, police force, who carry a gun in the name of the state or yourself, just think about this. By you taking that oath, putting on that uniform, you're basically saying to the nation, whoever the ruling power is, that you're willing to put your life on the line to defend what this country is about. You say the Constitution, but you really mean defend what this country is about. You're willing to even go out and take lives defending what this country is about. Now, for those of you who are in the military, look back at your country that you are defending, that you're putting your life on the line for, and ask yourself, is it worth it? Look at your society, how it's split, how some seem to be going on making it all right, and the rest of them seem to be going through such a hard time. Seems like they can't get the health care that they need the way that they need it. They can't get the medication that they need, and they cannot get the dental care that they need. They can't complete their education because of this stumbling block, or that stumbling block. They can't find decent housing in different decent communities because of this and because of that. They can't find decent jobs that would pay the adequate wages that would allow them to enjoy what could be okay in life. And now, look at that. That's what you're defending. You're going out killing people and dying yourself defending something like that. Now, if you are such a man, such a committed man, think about what kind of man you'd be if the Spirit of the God was living into you. That you would stand up and represent that what you are defending is a nation where you don't find cops out there killing brothers for whatever the reason. Because those reasons will be eradicated. Why? Because you're going to defend everybody and everybody's right that they have for whatever is required for their survival. You're going to defend that happens. You're going to defend that they can be prosperous in life. You're going to defend that there can be peace. You're going to defend that. And you're not going to let any outside force infringe upon that. And you're not going to let a government force infringe upon that. If you're going to defend this country, let it be worth defending. Don't let it be a half-stepping country. Let it shine all the way, or then go all the way. But if you got some Spirit of God in you, you will go down with it. You definitely ain't giving in. So I'm saying to you, reconsider these things that you engage yourselves in. And as a politician, I'm not a politician. I'm a man that speaks the truth as God has given it to me. And I know you hate for me to say God, so I'll say, I'll just speak the truth as I see it. And the way I see it right now seems better than anything else I'm hearing out there. So I'm expecting those of you who call yourselves Christians to prove it by supporting what God is about, not about what Republicans and Democrats are about bigots and racists and what they are about. You're going to defend and give representation of what God is about. God cares about all of us. And we're going to defend that. And you criminals, This is an opportunity for you to get on the bandwagon to defend what God is all about. Because in defending what God is all about, you defend it for you. All forms of criminality. I'm speaking to you. And those of you who are in the military, I know you've taken an oath, but you can grow bigger than your oath. Grow bigger than your oath. If your oath is prejudicial and you didn't know it before, you thought it was okay to be prejudicial, and now you're mature to an understanding that that is just the biggest threat to peace as anything else, then you grow up. Grow up and give life. You know, an idea is just an idea until somebody gives it life. That means that idea's got to live in somebody. That idea's got to be carried forward by somebody. Daily walked and talked by somebody. And maybe it will be infectious and others will receive it, and now their idea is spread and they're walking it and living it and doing what, when I say living it, I'm talking about doing those kinds of things to bring it to being, bringing it into being. That's what I'm talking about. That's why I want to speak to all of the people in Minnesota about my candidacy as a write-in. Republicans don't want me, Democrats don't want me, but the whole world needs me. Ain't that something beautiful? Anyway, you got to write it in. And I do want to be president in 2020, if I'm still living. But ladies and gentlemen, just in case my message is so sweet, my message is so beautiful, till somebody decides to take my life, listen to the things that I have said. Just listen to them. They are not your ways. They are not my ways. They are the ways of the Spirit as they were given to me. But now that I'm gone, it's just an indication for you that that same Spirit that was able to get into me and bring me to where I am, and that's being killed for being so beautiful. You can allow that same Spirit to come into you and take us where God will take us through you. It's always up. But don't imitate what God has given me. Imitate what God is telling you to do. And, well, I think I said enough for today. I think I really got some of you. Until next time, this is Eddie Marcus saying bye-bye.